What's good, YouTube? I'm about to tell y'all the pros and cons of emotional revenge. And if you're seeking emotional revenge, that shit is probably gonna work, gang. But you need to watch this video to see like how the long run of it is. Because I feel like as a ex-emotional revenge artist, I need to share this with people. Because this is what they don't tell you, gang. So emotional revenge, pretty much, bro, what it is, like the pros of it is it can help motivate you, right? 2, it makes you feel better, right? And 3, in a way, it's kind of a form of like connection to that person or situation or whoever the fuck was involved in that situation or whatnot, right? And you feel like once you get that shit back by making this person like, oh, I'm doing good, so now they for me, or like now they see me doing this, so now they, you know what I'm saying? Once you get that shit, gang, it's kind of like borrowed feelings, you know what I'm saying? And you're kind of just really creating a narrative that probably does or does not exist. And granted, that shit is fun, bro. Like making a narrative and then feeling like you got the ups on that shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, oh, this person's missing out or this person, shit like that. But after you do it, what do you have to feel me to gain like another hit of like dopamine type shit? You feel me? I just told you the pros and cons in like one thing. Like the pros of it, right? You get to feel all these things. It's some form of connection, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you could just like let this shit go. You feel me? And you won't be using it as a source of like motivation or a source of like dope. I'm gonna just use dopamine for the word like happiness. You know what I'm saying? Or like a little fulfillment or joy or some shit. Because if you're doing that shit, you're like somebody who gains like some sort of some high or like some sort of fucking like dopamine from fucking emotional revenge and this narrative that you created and shit, right? That's the pros of this shit. It's your narrative. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, right? And it makes you just constantly, like when things go left, you're seeking some sort of emotional revenge or just some sort of revenge in some way. Maybe you don't want to call it emotional. You feel me? But after you do that shit so many times, you're really like won't put yourself in the position to do that shit again. And what that does is you kind of like, after doing so many emotional revenges, bro, you don't really want to do that shit no more unless you're fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? After you do all like the big hits, all the big ones that you did, there's no more to do really. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep raising like the floor of which like the revenge feels good. If you do this shit, you know exactly what I'm saying again, like to the person you did it to or like to the magnitude in which you could do it. You feel me? It's not something that, it's not like a vending machine. You just keep hitting that bitch over and over and over and over. Anybody who does emotional revenge, you know it's like one big bang at the shit and then it's like, wow, like, fuck you. I got the ups type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's like you think you're getting over, but realistically, you're just like creating this narrative and assuming how this person might have felt, or you might be true or you might be right about assuming the position you put this person in, like mentally or whatever the fuck, but like it did more for that person, like as far as kind of like demonstrating who you are as a person if the narrative was true. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do something out of your way to get this emotional event so the other person can see, so you can feel it, or whether you do something to where you assume they notice or know and you feel like you won, it does more for them than it does for you, because you don't really gain shit other than like a feeling for a minute. And if you already didn't give a fuck about this person, but you having some sort of like issue detaching because you still need this revenge connection, like they probably already moved on at some point. Unless you're stringing somebody along to get emotional revenge, that's some evil ass shit. You feel me? And I've done that shit before too. But honestly, it's like you do it, and then once you get it, there's no next thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like a long-term emotional revenge ploy. So the cons, bro, it leaves you with nothing pretty much. You leave with nothing. You just borrowed some emotions for a minute. You probably created some shit, you know what I'm saying? And in the long run, the worst thing is, bro, is that you will kind of like get tired of seeking that shit if you're not crazy, and there's no more like highs for you to get because you're such a person that like thrives off of revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my personal shit is like, my revenge is I wanted to prove a lot of people wrong in my life and shit, right? But then I did, but then it didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a limitless motivation that ultimately just leaves you with nothing, and then you're kind of just, you don't want to do it because you kind of get tired of doing it, but then it also kind of makes you like hyper independent in a way because you're just kind of you just did that shit so many times that you probably don't want to do it again. You feel me? And then it's like, where does the fuck do any of your connections go? Because if you don't want to do that, then what the fuck, like, it, you know what I'm saying? It makes like relationships feel kind of like there's a, like they just end more abruptly. You know what I'm saying? Versus what you're used to. And it's like, that's, I guess if you're the type of person to even seek emotional revenge, you would be fine with that shit. But in the end game, it's a whole other philosophical thing I gotta say. But you like need people to form any like anything in life. You know what I'm saying? So for you to seek emotional revenge in people all the time, and then at some point get tired of it, and then also like you have to get used to things just kind of like ending. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of, it's a little like paralyzing, I would say, like in some regards, because it almost feels like shit's maybe not finished. You know what I'm saying? Or like maybe you need to seek revenge to feel like that's the end of a cycle. You know what I'm saying? But you get tired of doing that shit. So then where does that really put you? And also, if you're using it as motivation, what the fuck are you gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? If you're doing that shit, you know exactly what the fuck I mean. That's why I said it's for the emotional revenge seekers. You just end up with nothing for real. That's the cons of the shit, gang. And the pros are just feeling good and all types of shit. But the cons is you pretty much end up with nothing type shit. And having like a different feeling about like, what is the end of shit? Or like, oh, I'm gonna decide when it's the end. Like, it's like last laugh type shit. Like, if you get tired of getting the last laugh because you realize like you don't have shit, it doesn't leave you with anything other than like a story you made, and then it kind of working out, and then you feel good. But after a point, it's like you realize you don't get shit from revenge. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it just, your perspective on shit is just, it's like things don't feel like concluded type shit. But that's just how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And then after you do it with all the big emotional revenge that you wanted, like, it's kind of hard to top that shit. And I think that's how you realize that, like, oh, you don't win in the end. And if you actually, like, if you're just lying to yourself to get revenge because you think that's gonna make you feel better, you're tripping. Because you probably, about the situation, you probably feel a certain way, but you think revenge will like make you feel better. But I told this to my friend the other day, it's like, even though you have a new thought or like a new mindset, the original mindset you had about something, or the original feeling you had about something or somebody, is that shit still exists. You know what I'm saying? But even though you're now like, that was how you felt, let's say at like stage 1, and however, you know what I'm saying, your development, however you consider track your development, right? It's like, maybe at this age or this time you felt this way about some shit, and then you convince yourself at this stage like, oh, this will make you feel better, and then you did, and then at some point you grow up, you just understand shit more. It still doesn't change the fact about how you felt at like stage 1 or at like age 20 to like fucking 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, it's just, you just fuck yourself up pretty much. Like, you're trying to override some shit, but you can't override how you originally felt about something or anything or anybody, because it's still gonna like linger, because that's how you felt. But now you kind of like change your mind or convince yourself or change your mindset through like, pretty much through self-discipline about how you feel and shit. And then afterwards, you got there because of what you changed, but that was still an original thought in your brain, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of like the last laugh or like revenge shit. It's like it's all derived for something, and it's really like your it's like another form of connection, for real, but it's like a fake one type shit, because you want to feel good, or like you want to fucking, I don't know, you want to be like in control of your story and shit like that. But that's some whole other shit. Like, you're really not in control of shit, for real. You're just in control of what you do, and like the narrative that you fucking make to feel better or feel worse, or whatever the fuck you want to do. And yeah, bro, 10-minute ramble video about why emotional revenge is not good type shit. That shit is bad, and you just get left with nothing, gang. And yo, that's what I know about it, because I'm like, yo, I stopped doing that shit a while ago, but I'm coming to like all these conclusions. I've been thinking about like, why did I do that shit? Like, you feel me? I'm just trying to share with y'all, because I was crashing out. And I'll be trying to think, why was it crashing out? And it's like, what can I do with this information? So I'm going to tell YouTube and title it some crazy shit. You feel me? That's what I'm going to do. Which is going to be emotional revenge, the pros and cons. And if you still here, and you waiting for me to drop some more gems or some shit, I don't even got shit else, gang, but just don't do that shit, for real. Or if you do that shit, understand why you're doing it, and that you're actually like just making that shit up, for real, so you can feel better, to be honest. And probably because you want like some form of connection, for real, to whatever the fuck that shit was. But it's fake, you know what I'm saying? And the mature thing is just let that shit go, type shit. But you feel me? I just made a video called How to Cut People Off. And this kind of follows that, because it's a little bit of the same shit. Because a lot of people like cut people off for like there's some sort of revenge, you know what I'm saying? Or like, so it's just another thought. But yeah, bro. Next video, I'm going to talk about ego and shit. Click around for me, like, subscribe, comment, tell me if you like getting emotional revenge. Like, is it fun? Like, type shit. Like, what would you rate it 1 to 10? Like,